I am here today with the wonderful Rowena Young. And today I'm delighted to be diving deep underneath her story of how she scaled her recruitment business, Coconut Line, in the last 6 months. Now, we are going to be sharing some real gems here. Rowena is going to be talking to you about how she's increased her average fee, how she's doubled her turnover in the last year, how she has had record months, record placements, discovered aspects of herself that she didn't even know she had, and how she's given herself more time back, how her mindset has changed, and how she's created a better life, and she is now financially free. So, Rowena, I am delighted to have you here on the series. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
Hi, Katie. Likewise, I'm delighted to be here too. Thank you very much for inviting me on. And so, yes, I'm Rowena Young. I run Coconut Live Limited, and I specialise in telecom, all things technology, really, recruitment. So my background isn't recruitment at all. So my background is in telecoms. So I used to work in telecom sales. I've done sort of telesales roles within telecoms, all sorts of roles, sales management, that sort of thing. But recruitment is quite new to me, really. So I set up Coconut Live in 2018, and I had no idea. At the time, I literally just thought, I'd love to do something working from home. I've got 3 children. They're now 7, 11 and 16. So quite a hectic household. And we've got 2 dogs. So I just wanted something to sort of give us money for holidays and take the pressure off my husband being the main breadwinner and that sort of thing. And so really it was ticking along really well. Obviously COVID hit, and I thought I might have to rethink and maybe get a sort of day job or proper job in a shop or something. But I managed to keep it ticking along through COVID. And then at the start of this year, really, I thought, right, I'm gonna make a go of this, and I can see the potential. And then I heard about Rockit and decided to take the plunge, and literally cannot believe the transformation that's happened since I started the course. So I feel still that I've barely touched the surface of all the information and knowledge that you share on the program, and already it's just having amazing results. So yeah, I can't thank you enough for all of you. It's been amazing.
Well, you are so welcome. You're so welcome. Like you're saying, I think a lot of people can appreciate that situation, can't they? Where they start their business, something might happen, whether it's COVID or whether you get to a certain point within the business and you sort of feel like you've reached that ceiling and you want to take it to the next level, but you're not sure how to do that. And whether that is you want to create yourself a lifestyle business, or whether that is that you want to take it up a gear and grow it to the next level, that's absolutely possible for you. Now, I know for you, because this is interesting, isn't it? And this happens for a lot of people. They say, I just want to build this lifestyle business and I want this financial freedom. And then when they start making some changes to their business, it's interesting how all of a sudden the world of opportunities open up. And then they start to think, oh, maybe I do want to scale. So let's talk about, first of all, before we get to that point, what were those problems that you were having in the business that were, that's kind of said to you, right, I need to go and get external help, or I need to look for solutions outside of the business to support me?
Yeah, exactly. So the main thing I think for me was that it was really inconsistent. So I'd have good months where, maybe place kind of 4 or 5 people, but they were quite few and far between. And then my average was probably 1 or 2. I used to think, if I make 1 or 2 placements a month, that's good. That's a good income for me. And that wasn't always going to plan, because there would be the occasional month where I didn't get any. And so that's when I start to panic and think, should I really be doing this? Will I be able to get more placements? And so it really hit home that I just needed to do something. And also at the start of the year, I took on a resourcer, and I just thought, I really need to make sure we've got a regular income coming in, And yes, so it was more really the consistency that was lacking, and just having the right mentality. I think a big part of what I've learned on the Rockit program has really completely transformed my mental approach and sort of how just my mental well-being and just my feeling of positivity about the business. And since I've changed that, everything else has just fallen into place, really. And I feel like it's kind of a snowball effect where it's literally going, it's building and building momentum all the time now. So
yeah. So what shifted for you from a mindset perspective?
So I've definitely changed from having a mindset of a sort of a lack mentality, where I think, oh, I need, can I find more jobs? Can I find more candidates? And thinking there aren't enough of these good people around, or there aren't enough good jobs around. So now literally my mindset's completely changed, and I've got too many, well, not too many, but I've got so many good candidates, so many really good jobs to work on. And I think just having that mindset where I don't worry so much about those things, or at all about those things, because I know now that they'll come if I just do the right things and implement everything that you, Nikki, Sally and Lucy and Caroline sort of give advice on. I just know that it will work. So I think that's a big part of the program, just doing the things that you advise.
Right.
So yeah, I think the positivity mindset is key for me.
Yeah, and I think that supports a lot of people, doesn't it? Because when you like you're saying, when you're on your own, or maybe you've got one other person with you, got a small team, it's quite a lonely position to be in as that business owner. You haven't got anyone to bounce ideas off, and so you sort of sit in your own web of fear, don't you? Or you only can work within the capacity of what you already have within your own mindset or head. And you don't realize that there might be other ways of approaching that situation that could give you a different result. So what for you, let's talk about one of the biggest things that you've implemented that's had one of the greatest shifts for you. So for example, when you went back to, because you said, you were happy maybe with like 2-3 placements a month, and now obviously, you're doubling that. How did you do that? What were the steps that you took?
So just really something I would not have thought would be the right way to go about it. I really looked at my jobs and through the Gold Jobs program, and just analysed really carefully. I mean, the way that you help us to analyse which jobs are the best jobs to work really, really helped. And I ended up realising that actually, out of all the jobs I was working on, at about one. So I was wasting so much time on maybe 10 jobs that, probably, having analysed, the whole situation, weren't going to make any money for the business. So, and that was actually quite scary, to just go down from feeling that feeling of abundance to going to feeling, literally I've just got one. But actually just completely transformed everything. So yeah, the way that you teach us to analyze, which jobs we need to be focusing on, and also which candidates we need to be focusing on, has made a massive improvement. So being able to outsource a lot of the work that I was doing that wasn't making the most of my sort of talents, I guess, and the way that the program encourages us to analyze where our talents are best is really amazing, really eye-opening. And I've even saved time in the cleaning, because I've now got a cleaner. She's actually here today. But so yeah, things like that I just wouldn't have done before. I'd have thought, no, I can't, I don't want to spend money on a cleaner or whatever. But it's freed up so much time, and I haven't looked back on that. I just know where without my cleaner now. So
yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, when you understand where we call them your superpowers, but your strengths are. And therefore, as that recruitment business owner, how do you actually structure your recruitment business so that you're working in that genius zone, which means you're getting 10 times the output of your actions and therefore your return versus, trying to do the sort of jobs or tasks that are outside of your flow zone that actually are probably
Yeah.
better, like you're saying, for somebody else to do, because one, they love it, but secondly, it frees up your time for you to be going out and doing the higher return, the higher value activities that give you greater results. Like we were just talking about this morning, weren't we? Even on the call that we had this morning, it was like, actually, when you're focusing outward with those clients, you're able to get, in that quick calculation, we worked out 3 times more your output than you're already getting right now. So
yeah.
And this is the difference, isn't it? This is the less is more mentality, and getting really putting some boundaries around your time and getting clear what activities you want to spend that time on. Because I think anyone who's listening to this will be able to appreciate that, sort of like, all of us want more time. It's like, how do we get more time when there's only 24 hours in the day? And how we get more time is to look at what we're actually spending our time on, and then getting really focused on what we want to use that time for. So amazing. So let's talk about, because you've recruited people into your team as well. So tell us how your role has elevated into what you're doing now versus, and how you've got other people in the team working with you.
So before, I was just doing everything in the business, everything possible in the business. And I didn't even have a defined role. I would just do everything from sourcing candidates to interviewing candidates, and then the delivery of candidates, sourcing clients. So all the business development, speaking with clients, arranging interviews, absolutely everything, the full works of, what a recruiter could possibly do, really. And so now
what are you doing now?
Yeah, so I'm now focusing on really the delivery of candidates. So really my time's spent with the clients, but also some candidate work as well. So I feel as though I've got more of a choice now of what I do with my time, and I just feel like I can. Before, I felt, oh no, I literally need to do this, and I need to work till kind of 10 p.m. every single night, and just not spend any time with the children, and just focus. If I do this, and this, then we can go on holiday. But now I feel a lot more free with my time. Obviously, I'm still really busy, but I can, because the money's coming in, I feel I can pick and choose a bit more about, when I take time out and spend more quality time with the children and our family. So yeah, I definitely feel there's been a massive transformation, even in 5 months or 6 months that I've really been working on the program. So I just feel like that's just going to skyrocket more and more. So that's really good. And it benefits our children's lives too, because the positive sort of outlook that I've now got just feeds into them. And I've learned so many things that I now teach our children about, staying positive, and, just, it's quite a deep program, I would say, because philosophically it's, you can just sort of stay on the surface of it, but you can sort of learn so much about the world and how everything works. It's quite amazing, really, really amazing. It's transformed my outlook of life, not just how to run my business. Definitely, it's really amazing. I can't stress enough how amazing it is.
That's good. That's so good to hear. I mean, this is the difference, isn't it? Is that we often feel, like you're saying, on the surface, we've got a problem in our business, and we say, oh, I need something that's going to teach me a different tool or tactic, or I need something that's going to improve my business. And yes, there will be elements of truth to that, totally. And what's going on in your business is a mirror of what's going on in you. So there's also an element of taking it up to a higher level, which is looking at us as individuals and how we bring ourselves into that workplace, and how we show up as that owner of that recruitment business, and what happens up here to support us to be that awesome leader. And that's actually when the real magic starts to happen, which is what you're experiencing, when things shift at levels that we never thought were possible before.
Yeah. I
So
think,
yeah.
yeah, if someone had said to me at the start of the year, by the end of the year, you'll have a cleaner every week, and you'll be going to the most expensive hair salon in town, which, you know, isn't really, I thought that wasn't me, and I'm not particularly materialistic, but actually when you've got the choice to go to the better places, actually you can see
Why
why.
not? Why not?
Yeah, and if they've said, we've booked an amazing holiday for next year, we had an amazing holiday in the summer. If someone had said all that to me at the start of the year when I was in the mental place that I was, I really wouldn't have believed it at all. Definitely not. So yeah, so
Great.
it's transformed our life. We went away for the weekend to London to see a play with the children, and we managed to eat out every mealtime. And my eldest said, she's 16, she said, "Mommy, I feel like we're on Rich Kids Go Skint, but I'm the rich kid." And I just thought, oh, I didn't know if it was good or bad, but I just thought, actually, that's just nice for her to experience that kind of.
That is
It comes
lovely.
full circle, because before we used to be quite, we can't do this, and but
Yeah,
now,
or careful. Yeah.
yeah, now I feel we don't have to worry, and just a lot more free financially. So yeah.
Amazing, amazing. So tell us, if you were to sum up then, what are the things that you've taken away from the Rocket program? What has that?
Yeah, so, well, just so many things. The people on the program are so supportive, so helpful, and obviously there's you and Nikki and Lucy and Sally and everyone else, but also the other members of the program taking the course along with me have been really supportive and helpful. So many people have just given me advice and support. I just feel like I've made lots of friends on the program, and I think just the outlook, the approach to that positivity in your business, and just taking risks. I thought I was quite a risk taker, but I've definitely been pushed to take more risks than I felt comfortable with, or I would have taken on my own. So we're looking at employing our next person to come on board now, and I probably wouldn't have wanted to do that had I not been part of the program, or I'd have weighed it up so much and undenied about it so long that I'd have probably not done it. So yeah, just having more confidence in the way I run the business has been amazing, and just having the backup and support that you give is just amazing. It's brilliant. The Q&A sessions and the JFDI sessions are absolutely brilliant. And there's just so much learning I feel that I still have I don't feel like this program will ever end for me, because you just know so much that I can learn from. And I've outsourced a lot of things, as I've said, that were taking a lot of my time, which has freed me up, so I can actually spend more time planning on how to run the business rather than just taking the time to actually run it. I had I've had my best ever week where we placed 3 candidates in a week. I had my record placement, which was double the size of my average fee, all since starting the Rocket program. So it has been amazing for me. Thank you. And yeah, the fact that it has such an impact on my family and my children's sort of lives as well is brilliant. So
Wonderful.
thank
Wonderful. Well, you're very, very welcome. So, passing comment to anyone in your situation, same situation you were in, who maybe wants to scale, that they're not sure, is this the right thing? What steps should I take? What would be your passing advice to them?
So that's the situation I was. I was umming and ahhing about it, and I would say just go for it. Definitely 100%. You will not regret it. Definitely not. In fact, the only thing you'll regret is not doing it way sooner. So yeah, I said when I first started, or before I started, I had the initial call with Caroline, and I was really sort of worried about coming on board and the expense and, well, investment, obviously. And, you know, actually, Carol, I said, is there any chance that I can fail? And Caroline said, we only do success in the program. You will succeed. And it's completely true. Everyone, I can't imagine anyone not succeeding with the program. Yeah, just it has been fantastic. So definitely go for it, and don't even take another week to think about it, because that week you could be making an extra placement. So yeah, it's a complete no-brainer, definitely for me. But,
well, it's a no-brainer working with you too, so that goes right back at you. So Rowena, thank you so much for being on today's show and for sharing that with us. I really hope you enjoyed our conversation. You've walked away believing you can do the same. As Rowena said, everyone is a success. So ask yourself, what's the one thing that I'm going to take from today's session? What am I going to implement into my business? And if you want the same shifts, if you want to create that time, that energy, double your revenue, take your business to the next level, you want the simple systems, the tactics to grow your business and shift your mindset to create more abundance for you and less stress, then please reach out to us. We are here. Let us know that you would like to talk to us, or reach out to us, DM us, either Nikki or myself. We would love to jump on a call and just have a chat with you and tell you about what we do. So, Rowena, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
For those watching, I will see you again with our next hero. So thanks for joining us today. Take care.
Bye. Bye. Bye.